Chrous is one of the latest releases in the cloud gaming space, and I'm here to give you my first impressions of the game, but before we dive in, I would like to remind everyone that the footage you're about to see was captured entirely on the GeForce NOW 3080 tier. Chrous is a game that honestly surprised me. Being a longtime fan of space combat games, I was ready to give this game a fair share of my time this weekend, and honestly, it did not disappoint. The first thing I noticed when starting up the game was the menu music and how grand it was. The amazing vocals really set the tone for the game, and I saw myself sitting in the menu just listening away. And without giving away too many spoilers, the game takes place in a universe threatened by an erratic cult hell-bent on taking it over. Your character is an extremely gifted pilot who left this cult to forge her own path, but very quickly finds out that they're hot on her tail. Overall, I would say the story itself is interesting enough to keep you engaged, even though it does have some misbeats here and there. As for the gameplay, it's entirely in third person. There is no cockpit view, and this is important to mention for fans of the genre. It'll have you flying to different areas, completing missions and side quests for various NPCs, and while I do like the premise of the story, it doesn't catch my interest as much as the combat does. The story is taken very seriously, but in sharp contrast, the gameplay is that of an arcade space shooter. The fast-paced nature of it and being able to blast through waves of enemies feels good, and that's where I think the game shines. I think it's fair to say that when I started the game, I didn't know too much about it, but within no time at all, I was surprised to see myself being thrown into this massive world just to go wherever I pleased. But now let's talk a bit about the visuals and audio, and I have to say they're both beautiful. Flying around the world with this brilliant score just feels right and really helps immerse you into the universe. Shooting a piece of space debris and having it fly around in circles, flying in between asteroids in a dogfight, or just using the acceleration gates to get around quicker, all of it makes the universe feel both alive and lived in. As far as combat goes, I think the experience will differ from person to person. I do feel it's just a tad bit too clunky. Personally, I played the game on a controller as that's where I felt most comfortable, but I should note that both mouse and keyboard are also viable. One mission I would like to highlight early on involves you escorting a battleship I assumed I would fly next to, as this is how it works in most of these escort mission type games for this genre, but I was shocked when my pilot linked up to the battleship and started flying. I was able to control all 15 guns on the monster and it felt amazing. I was sad when it was over, but if this is the type of mission variety we can expect, then I'm all for it. One aspect I do find needed some improvement would have been the UI navigation. It did feel a bit clunky moving around the various menus in the game, but it was for so little time that it wasn't overly frustrating. Lastly, I do want to talk a bit about the game running on the GeForce NOW 3080 tier, and I can just say with confidence that the tier is absolutely amazing. The game felt extremely good to play, and I did not feel any latency at all. At times, it's easy to forget that you're even streaming the game at all. And I have to tip my hat to Nvidia for this experience, as this is what we should be expecting from cloud gaming going forward. And this is a perfect title to show cloud gaming off with its fast-paced combat and stunning visuals. I would like to say that Chrous is certainly not a game for everyone out there, but for fans of space combat or even longtime fans of the sci-fi genre, this is something worth picking up, and I'm excited to see where the rest of the game takes me. As always, if you have any remaining questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below and I'll answer what I can. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Thanks for your time. This has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming and VR related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.